Happy Wednesday is the day that this should be coming out. Happy Wednesday. And welcome back to another episode of the show. How have you guys been? This is a pain in the ass. This is my second time trying to record this episode. We're in a new location. I feel like I've been on a lot of new locations lately. This show isn't very consistent, is it? It's a pretty inconsistent show. I was interviewing my sisters last week, which hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. That was fun. My little sisters are a hoot and a half, and they're listening. So hello, you two. And then, bigger green screen. Then I did a sit-down episode, before that. Now I'm back here. So it's an inconsistent show. But that's okay, I think, right? It's not supposed to be some super elaborate show. It's just us shooting the shit, talking to each other. And that's the whole thing this show was supposed to be in the first place. It's just us having a little bit of a chat. And I think that's okay. So sue me if I want to have a chat with my people. I just want to talk. I just want to chat man to man or man to woman or man to whatever you identify as. And that's a nice little segue into the most important month of the year, and that is Pride Month. So yay! It's Pride Month. And Pride Month is funny, isn't it? It's just hilarious. It's become a caricature of itself. It's not, I feel like it's just not achieving what it set out to do. And let me expand on that before this gets taken out of context and someone calls me a homophobe or something. That's not the case. I'm saying Pride Month has become Corporations Month. And that's fun, isn't it? How corporations have just hijacked the thing so they can make more and more money and become more profitable. And you have, it's a gay Nike commercial. Oh, great. Look, you can go to Burger King, get a flamin' gay Whopper today. Oh, let's go to TJ Maxx and we're having a sale. If you're lesbian, you get 30% off any purchase of $10 or more from TJ Maxx. You kiss each other in the store if you're the same sex, and we'll give you a discount. That's what it feels like. It's just corporate overload. And I have a lot of gay friends, and they don't seem to really care too much about it. I mean, unless they're like, I have some friends who live in West Hollywood, and they love that. They love the parade and stuff. And I get that. It's an event. That's fun. But for the most part, it's just like, who gives a shit, Pride Month is just Corporations Month. That's all it is. Come into our store, and if you were scissor in the lobby of our store, we'll give you 15% off our clearance. And because we care. Hey guys, it's Pride Month, and we here at Wheat Thins are going to change our logo to show you that we support you. So head on over to our Twitter, and you can see that we changed our logo to support you and your cause. Is that all it takes to support a cause now, is just changing your Twitter logo? Like, it's just, the pandering is unreal. It should be called Pandering Month, not Pride Month. Holy shit, that was so funny. Matt, you're hysterical. And that's why you come to this show. It's for funny jokes, okay? It's tragic, really. I'm sitting here, I'm like, come on, let's have a real fun time. Like, none of these months really seem to do anything, do they? And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also, we have like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which, great. Obviously, I support the awareness of breast cancer. But what happened to all the other cancers? Why is it just this one cancer? And this is a risky joke, Matt. Hey, Matt, a risky joke. Hey, fuck all the other cancers. Breast cancer is the most important one. Are we really going to forget breast cancer? Is that what we need to be that aware of it? Boy, Matt, you need to stop this joke before you get canceled. That's not a funny joke. But I don't know. I feel like months dedicated to draw attention to things don't usually work out in their intended way. And there's just so many days and months now that are dedicated to one thing or another. It just feels, I don't know. And I'm rambling. And that's just because there's no notes for the show today. And it's because it's an unorganized show because I'm busy as shit. And I told you guys this was going to be happening. I talked to you guys, a couple weeks ago, and I said, hey, I'm busy as shit. That's what I said. So I predicted it, and I told you guys what was going to happen. I just made some risky jokes. Did I, though? Were they really that risky? If you're offended by me making jokes about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which I support, by the way, I don't support breast cancer. I'm anti-breast cancer, believe it or not. I do not support breast cancer. I'm pro the month that recognizes breast cancer. So all the guys in the NFL can wear pink. Bright pink. And Pride Month, I'm supportive of Pride Month. It's just I'm not supportive of large corporations using it for their own agenda. So I'm just clarifying myself, okay? Please don't cancel me. Please don't cancel me. You have to admit it is funny seeing all the commercials now. It's like Folgers is like, in times like these, we want you to know that no matter what kind of coffee you like, we support you in our fight for equality. Who's to say decaf isn't as good as calf? What do they call caffeinated coffee? Is it calf? Decaf is just as good and equal as a medium roast with full caffeine. And we like to think here at Folgers that decaffeinated coffee versus caffeinated coffee is a lot like sexuality. And you're like, what? Is it really now, Folgers? Is it really? You think coffee's similar to sexuality? Okay, cool. Well, thanks for your input, Folgers. I'm glad you let us in on your opinion here because you're important to the national conversation. A small coffee brand. Wendy's is now selling the new gay Baconator. What's different about it? Nothing. We just changed the name so that you guys would think that we're accepting and great. And please give us more money because we're a large corporation. Give us money now. That's all these corporations are doing. They're taking advantage of people who maybe this cause is important to them. Maybe the month's very important to them. And it could be to a lot of people. But they're taking advantage of the people that it's important to and saying, hey, give us your money, you gullible fuck. Anyways, yeah, I'm all over the place today. I'm all over the place today. Oh, yeah, and you're probably wondering, I need to address the elephant in the room here. This is awkward. Jesus, I can't believe I didn't talk about this earlier. It's obviously very awkward and weird. Strange situation that I was hoping to not have to talk about, but I do. Obviously, British Beth is not here. That is super awkward, and it's sad because it's actually because we are getting divorced. Sadly, we're not. Okay, and I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. She's gonna be mad. No, we didn't. We're not getting divorced. Tell them the truth. No, it's no. You're horrible to me. That's what she's gonna say, and she's gonna be mad. But no, she's just not here. She's been busy. We've both been busy. Sorry, I gotta stop messing with your cords. We've both been busy, and she's been having some later days at work. I work from home right now mostly, so I'm a little bit more flexible with my time, and when I can record and whatnot. And she's doing her whatever she does. I don't even know. And she's gonna get mad at me for saying that too. Hey, sorry, babe. But yeah, so she's not here, so I'm recording solo, and that kind of sucks. I was hoping she could be here for this episode, but she couldn't. But it's okay. We're gonna have a short episode today. It's okay. We're gonna have a short episode today. Okay, really short episode. Because I'm tired as shit, and I'm recording on bloody Tuesday, innit? I'm fucking recording on bloody Tuesday, innit? Because it's been busy, and I know it's not a good excuse, but you don't deserve to know the details of my life. I'm not telling you every little detail of my life, okay? So, yeah. That's what's going on with Uncle T. But maybe Beth will pop in. Maybe she'll be here by the time. Let's see if she's here now. She might be here now. Babe? Nope. She's not here. So, but maybe she'll be here by the time the episode's done. Who knows? So let's talk about some stuff. let's talk about some stuff because there's a few things on my mind. And the number one thing on my mind, and I can't believe we didn't talk about this last week, but we couldn't because my sisters were on the show, which was great. And hopefully you guys liked it. And if you're listening to the show now because they were on the show, welcome. If you're a new listener, hello, my name's Matt. Blah blah blah. Like and subscribe. Blah, blah. But the thing I wanted to talk about that we did not get to talk about is you guys know who Jeffrey Toobin is, right? And this is ancient news right now. He was a bad boy and did some unspeakable acts on a company Zoom call. He was cranking down on a Zoom call. All right. He is masturbating. Okay. Now, I don't think this is the hugest deal in the world. All right. Whatever. He's cranking down on a company meeting. Didn't know that he left his camera on. Whatever. But what I do have a problem with is the fact that they addressed it on live television. And we have to watch this because it is a great example of what not to do on live television after you get caught masturbating in front of the whole company. It's not even something you need to really bring up, in my opinion. You get caught masturbating, just bring him back. I mean, they fired him initially, which I don't know why. Who cares? Whatever. The guy's beating his meat, cranking down, having a good time on a company phone call, whatever. And they fire him initially, and they're like, oh, we're bringing him back. And hey, let's have the most awkward fucking conversation on Earth in his first day back. In my opinion, don't even bring it up. Don't. You guys are the ones who brought it to light. You guys leaked it. Somehow the public found out about it. Is it weird as shit? Yes. I don't know why you have to jerk off in front of your whole company in the in the middle of the workday. But then the fact that CNN brings it up in this way, well, just watch and you'll see what I mean when you hear this, because it is shockingly awkward. So let's take a look.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our
please don't.
viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap.
Oh, God.
Help yourself.
Okay. In October,
she's cringing so hard.
You were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine.
She's dreading saying
Everyone
this.
took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera.
Oops.
You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right. Sad to say.
Dude, this guy.
So let's start there.
He's kind of a champ for getting on the air after this, though, and just like talking through it all.
What were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me. I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call.
Well, clearly, we know you weren't going on your computer camera going, hey, everyone, look at me. Hey, everyone, you want to see me crank down?
Turned off the Zoom call. Now, that's not a defense. This was deeply moronic and
it was.
indefensible. But I mean that is part of that is part of the story. And I have spent the 7 subsequent months, miserable months in my life, I can certainly
7 months since that happened, which is crazy.
Trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy, trying to do some public service.
Okay, but why are you going public service? Okay, but why are you doing public service for jerking it a little bit in front of your colleagues? You're not a war criminal. Like, what are you volunteering? And by the way, good for you. Volunteer all you want, but not because you jerked off in front of your coworkers. Like, what is the logic here? He didn't beat someone with a hammer, and now he's on the path back to reconciliation and redemption. It's like, that's just weird to me. We're just whipping this guy. Hey, fuck you, whatever. And now, is it hilarious? Yeah, it's funny as shit. And I love news stories like this. It is deeply moronic. He hit the nail on the head. But why are they like bringing him on TV in this weird self-humiliation thing? It reminds me of Game of Thrones, when they're like Cersei's walking through the streets naked and they're throwing tomatoes and cabbage and stuff at her, and they're like, shame, shame, shame. That's kind of what this feels like, right? Is it really necessary to bring the man who's already beaten down back to TV and just crucify him over this? I don't know. Uh, doesn't seem super productive, but it is funny nonetheless. And that awkward interaction between her and him is one for the record books. That is a cringy introduction. I mean, the look on her poor face. She's like, "All right, well, you're gonna make me do this, so I'm gonna say it all." And so, and so here we go. Oh boy. But who cares? It's CNN. CNN's a stupid network, anyways. I'm not a fan of the news, and I obviously don't give a shit about any of these people. I think they're all scam artists, and the news is bullshit. And if you don't believe me, and you don't know what I'm talking about, and you don't know who I am, and you're new to the show, whatever, go back and listen to my episodes. The news stinks. And that's that. That was a gross noise I made with my mouth, and I hate it when people do that. So, the other thing I wanted to briefly talk about, and then we'll keep it a short one today, is a headline today that I saw, and it's the least surprising headline of 2021 so far. Now you will remember, avid listeners of the show will remember, the least surprising headline of 2020 was that Cardi B and Offset got a divorce, which was tragic and awful. And that's, we reported about that on the show earlier. And obviously it's terrible because they had a perfect marriage. They were like a, poster child couple who we could never do anything wrong. They would be good marriage counseling people, marriage prep, but they broke up. And now this one is the most surprising headline of 2021 so far. And that headline, and you guys are probably wondering what it is, and I'm dancing around the topic. Shush. It is Chris Brown accused of hitting a woman in Los Angeles. Police say. Tell me something less surprising than that you've heard so far. And I have a bone to pick with Chris Brown. He says he was accused of hitting a woman during an argument in a Los Angeles home on Friday. The incident is being investigated as battery and will be referred to the Los Angeles city attorney's office. He smacked her in the head hard enough for her hair weave to fall out. That is in the article. Now, I wanted to come back to this because I have a massive bone to pick with Chris Brown. I think he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a steamy, hot, gross pile of shit. Okay? He's a big fucking baby. He threw a tantrum in Ellen's fucking green room or on Good Morning America or something. And some people seem to forget that he literally beat the fuck out of Rihanna. Okay? Punched her in the face. Multiple times. Threatened to kill her. And is an all-around generally terrible person. He's in the news once every 8 months, I'd say. I could pull up 100 other news articles about what a fucking piece of shit Chris Brown is, but I don't need to. You know why? Because I have two great examples right in front of me. He beat Rihanna to a pulp, and then he hits this other woman on Friday. And why do I bring this up? It's because I don't understand why you stupid fucking idiots still support someone like this. How does anyone still support Chris Brown? People still go to his shows. He still has sold out shows. People still listen to his music. He has crazy loyal fans, and I don't understand why it is. I don't know why there's not a mob with pitchforks out to go stab Chris Brown. He's a genuinely terrible human being who tried to murder Rihanna. You don't believe me? Let me read you the report. Let's go to the tape. Because a lot of people seem to forget the details, okay? Here's just a snippet, okay? A verbal argument ensued, and Brown pulled the vehicle over in an unknown street. Hold on. A verbal argument ensued, and Brown pulled over a vehicle in an unknown street, reached over to Robin F., that's Rihanna, with his right hand to open the car door and attempted to force her out. Brown was unable to force Robin F. out of the vehicle because she was wearing a seatbelt. When he could not force her to exit, he took his right hand and shoved her head against the passenger window of the vehicle, causing an approximately 1-inch raised circular contusion. Robin F. turned to face Brown and punched her in the left eye with right hand. He then drove away in the vehicle and continued to punch her in the face with his right hand while steering the vehicle with his left hand. The assault calls Robin F. Robin F's mouth to fill with blood and blood to splatter all over her clothing and the interior of the vehicle. Brown looked at Robin F. and stated, "I am going to beat the shit out of you when we get home. You wait and see." Robin F. picked up her cell phone and called her personal assistant, Jennifer. She did not answer the telephone, but while her voicemail greeting was playing, Robin pretended to talk to her and stated, "I'm on my way home. Make sure the cops are there when I get there." After Robin F. faked the call, Brown looked at her and said, "You just did the stupidest thing ever. Now I'm really going to kill you." Brown resumed punching Robin F., and she interlocked her fingers behind her head and brought her elbows forwards to protect her face. She then bent over at the waist, placing her elbows and face near her lap in an attempt to protect her face and head from hitting the barrage of punches being levied by Brown. Brown continued to punch Robin F. on her left arm and hands, causing her to suffer a contusion on her left triceps that was approximately 2 inches in diameter and numerous contusions on her left hand. Robin F. attempted to send another text message to her other personal assistant, Melissa Ford. Brown snatched the cell phone out of her hand and threw it out of the window to an unknown street. Brown continued driving, and Robin F. observed his cell phone in his lap. She picked up the cell phone with her left hand, and before she could make a call, he placed her in a headlock with the right hand and continued to drive the vehicle with his left hand. Brown held Robin F. close to him and bit her on her left ear. She was able to feel the vehicle swerving from right to left as Brown sped away. He stopped the vehicle in front of an address, and Robin F. turned off the car key to remove it from the ignition and sat on it. Brown did not know what she did with the key and began punching her in the face and arms. Brown began applying pressure to Robin F. left and right carotid arteries, causing her to be unable to breathe. She began to lose consciousness. She reached up with her left hand and began attempting to... she began to attempt to gouge his eyes in an attempt to free herself. Brown bit her left ring and middle fingers and released her. While Brown continued to punch her, she turned around her back to the passenger door. She brought her knees to her chest and placed her hand against Brown's body and began pushing him away. Brown continued to punch on her legs and feet, causing several contusions. Robin F. began screaming for help, and Brown exited the vehicle and walked away. A resident in the neighborhood heard Robin F.'s plea for help and called 911, causing a police response. An investigation was conducted, and Robin F. was issued a domestic violence protective order. Sorry, that was a long-winded way of reading the report. But do you see why I feel the way I feel? He's a piece of fucking shit. And this isn't news. But the reason why he keeps coming up and up and up in the news is because stupid people keep supporting him and they keep giving him attention and money and going to his shows. There was this girl I used to date. Sorry, Beth, I dated other girls before you, if you're listening. And she loved Chris Brown. He was her favorite artist. And this was well after this happened. And I'm like, what? What? Sebastian Maniscalco go again. I couldn't believe it. What? You like him, and you continue to support him and buy nice tickets to his shows and go see him live in concert, and you pretend like it didn't happen. I'd go, so wait, you don't care that he beat Rihanna within an inch of her life? She goes, his music's good. What do we even do at this point? We can't convince people of anything. It's ridiculous. And it does bring up an interesting argument here, which is, should you separate the art from the artist, right? It's like Michael Jackson. Great artist, pedophile, allegedly. Great artist, licked kids' buttholes, allegedly. Great artist, weird as shit. That's not alleged, that's just true. He was a weird guy. But do you, like, okay, fine. Run It by Chris Brown. That's like one of the only songs I know by him. Sure, it's a decent song, right? I'm sure if you sang some other songs, I would recognize him. But like going to his show and actively supporting him, that's another thing. It's like, no, I wouldn't do that, especially if he keeps beating women. Like, at what point do you stop supporting the guy? He tries to murder someone and says he's literally going to fucking kill them. And you just keep going to his shows and stuff. I just don't know. I don't get it. Chris Brown is a fucking piece of shit. Chris Brown is a fucking piece of shit. And so that's why it's the least surprising news story of 2021 so far, because Chris Brown's a fucking piece of shit. Anyways, I could probably keep going on for hours and hours, but I will not. I said it was going to be short today, and I will keep to my word. It's we have 5 minutes left, and I will be leaving you at this time. So it's short. Hopefully you guys are enjoyed today all over the place. Not a whole lot going on in the organizational world of Nantucket. Not doing a great job, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. That's what we call it. What the heck? So that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, like, subscribe, go to YouTube, leave a comment if you want. If you don't, I don't care. I'm just here for you guys. We're friends, we're pals. We get to talk, we get to chat. I tell you my feelings, and you guys don't ever tell me yours. But if you want to, DM me, write in. Let me know what you want to hear, okay? And we'll talk about it. Maybe I should post post that more on Instagram, see what you guys want to talk about more, and I'll talk about your topics. I've just been throwing these together lately because I'm so busy. And that's not a good way to run a show, but that's okay. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully Beth will be in the next episode. She will be. Hopefully. Who knows? But until then, stay safe and enjoy Pride Month, and go buy an extra gay Baconator from Wendy's or Arby's or something. Get a hot beef sandwich. Or a hot hunk sandwich from Arby's for Pride Month. Whatever. I'll talk to you guys later. See you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.